Hello. You've landed back on my porch, sugar, Ritualistically Botanica, where I live ritualistically and I ritualize every damn thing. If you came here looking for comfort, pour yourself a drink first. We're not doing soft focus spirituality here. We're talking about the world cracking open like an egg over a hot skillet. Because astrology, it ain't just about you. It's not your crush's sign or your Mercury retrograde excuse. Astrology is the pulse of the entire cosmic organism. Every human, every empire, every institution on this spinning marble. When the planets move, the whole globe shifts. What hits your chart personally is just the echo of something massive, something planetary. The universe runs on cycles, big ones, slow ones, the kind that cultivate kings. We've got 200-year cycles, 800-year cycles, 26,000-year processions, ages of gods and ages of fools. The Hindus call them yugas, the Mayans call them long counts, the magicians call them epochs. And running right through them are the elemental ages, fire, earth, air, and water, each about 300 years long. Every civilization you've ever read about was born, burned, or buried under one of those four banners. The Industrial Revolution, that was the age of earth, factories, capitalism, everything you could weigh, own, or exploit. But that era's dead, darling. We've crossed the threshold into the age of air, and the wind does not play by Earth's rules. If you were born before the 1980s, you came in under Earth's contract, material stability, property, hierarchy. The kids of the 80s and early 90s, they're transitional. They've got dirt under their nails and Wi-Fi in their bones. Everyone born after that, especially now that Pluto's in Aquarius, you're full-blown air-age babies. Your world will be built out of ideas, data, networks, and frequencies. You may own land, but you'll also own bandwidth. And you'd better learn how to defend your energy, because there's no ground to stand on anymore that's going to keep your energy intact. So if you're still out here trying to bring back democracy, I love you. But bless your retro little heart, you're trying to take the tower back together after lightning hit it. It's not coming back the way it was. The age has changed. The element has changed. The rules have changed. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to tell you to manifest harder. Light your candle, sure. Do your spell, absolutely. But know what you're really doing. You're training your nervous system for sovereignty in a brand new epoch. If you're still here, good. You're one of mine. Now pour your drink, ground your breath, and let's talk about the sky, because this story isn't just about you or me. It's about all of us. It's about what happens when the cosmos hits refresh on civilization itself. Let's break down the astrology. Let's talk about the sky, because that's what I do here. Astrology isn't fortune cookies for the self-absorbed. It's a climate report for the collective soul. The cosmos don't do small talk. It does civilizational plot twists. And the headline right now is a Saturn-Neptune conjunction. That's structure waltzing with illusion at 0 degrees of Aries. That's reality trying to sign a peace treaty with fantasy. Saturn builds, Neptune dissolves, together they make fog with ruse. We've seen this cursed reel spin before, and every damn cycle's got its own scoundrel steering the ship. And now it's 2025, and here we are in the age of Aquarius, an air age. It's a new cycle. The tattooed prophet, digital uprisings, collapsing democracies, markets masquerading as monarchs. The match is lit for the age of Aquarius. Each time those two planets, Saturn and Neptune, meet, another empire either dissolves or mutates. This time, it's doing both. What's collapsing now isn't government as such, it's Earth Age architecture, the entire operating system of property, profit, and physical control. The new Air Age program runs on information, access, and velocity. Power no longer owns just land, it owns narrative. The age of Aquarius begins, and here we are, the dawn of it. First breath of a 300-year age. The opening act isn't enlightenment, it's division. Everything we call democracy is being stress tested to collapse. Pluto's move into Aquarius ripped the curtain back. There is no single ruler, no monarch, no president steering this ship. What we have instead is a market of monarchs, conglomerates moving like invisible gods, funding the laws that shape the masses. Trillions of dollars dictate direction. Leaders dance to the algorithm. Half the world is clawing to drag democracy back to its 20th century body. The other half wants holy dictatorship dressed as salvation, religious law, moral policing, fear sowed as faith. It's the same old script, conformity versus freedom, obedience versus awareness. Pluto just turned the lights on so we could see the stage. Your task isn't to fix it or pick a team. See, sugar, you won't steer a 300-year tide with protest signs or prayers. Your work is navigation, learning the wind, reading the current, finding the narrow channel where sovereignty still breathes. You can't stop the storm, but you can set your sails so it carries you instead of crushing you. That's where the next ritual begins. Conglomerates are already buying farmland, water rights, housing. Those are our new landlords. The one world government everybody laughed off, it never needed kings, it only needed code. The dream was an air element idea, decentralized, networked, invisible, and now it's breathing. Futurists call them network states, digital nations with no soil, citizens bound by ideology, not geography. Membership replaces citizenship. Your passport's a login. Your vote, a checkbox in a database. Welcome to bureaucracy made of vapor. Now, tarot gives us the emotional subtitles to this. Astrology says when it happens. Tarot says how it feels. We're living between justice reversed and the tower. Fairness rewritten, foundations fried. The tower's lightning is revelation. Justice reversed is spin control. But the card that waits after the rubble is the star. Hope, rebuilding with breath. Things that come out of the least expected place. Sources that just pop out of nowhere. That's how you get through this. That's why I keep telling you, don't let go of your mental muscles. Write, read. Literacy, mundane or magical, is how you pin meaning to wind and figure this out. Reading feeds you, writing grounds you. It's the ritual that teaches your brain which reality to believe. So that's my number one ritual. Read and jot notes in the margins. Because what do you do in this mess? Well, you have to get real. If you don't, you'll spend your lifetime on this planet wrestling the ghosts of systems that aren't coming back. So stop embalming democracy's corpse and start sketching the new blueprint. Learn the language of air. Protect your information like your ancestors protected their land. Build communities of mind, not zip codes. Practice discernment as a daily devotion. And for heaven's sake, write. Ink is your tether in the tempest. So light the candle, baby. That flame is your Wi-Fi to the divine. Every spell, every note, every journal page is a sovereignty code in a world that wants you docile and downloadable. Because the new rulers aren't monarchs, they're narrative architects, the ones who can code, compose, and conjure. And if you're still here, congratulations, you're ahead of the game. This isn't your grandmother's witchcraft, and it sure as hell ain't the glittery self-help corner of TikTok. And if that's what you were looking for, you need to keep on scrolling, because this isn't the place. This is the cycle where minds get harvested, where every thought, every click, every spell cast in public becomes someone else's fuel. So here's the first rule of the new element. Shut your mouth. Let me say that again. Shut your mouth and guard your magic. This ain't the season to broadcast your hexes, to puff up your ego and chant, "Ooh, look at me, what I can do." You show the world your cards now, and the algorithm learns how to use your deck against you. Let that land for a minute. The air doesn't heal, it mutates, it rewires. And if you don't know who you are inside the storm, you'll dissolve right into the hive. Because make no mistakes, love, they're building one, a hive mind. Every broadcast, every like, every opinion softened till it sounds the same. That's the game. The air element works on the mind, and they know it. That's why the screens never sleep. That's why silence feels like withdrawal. The collective's being tuned to a single frequency, and it's whispering, obey. So what do you do with the years you've got? You get smart. You get quiet. You stop fighting the system like it's going to revert to normal, because it won't. You learn its rhythm, watch its tide, and you set your sails. You ride the current instead of drowning in it. You find the small wisdom, how to bend with the gale, how to hide your flame from the wind, how to speak without being heard by the wrong ears. You want survival? That's it. Sail cunningly, speak little. Remember who you are when the hive hums loud enough to drown your name. So when you feel that gale rising behind you, don't panic. Turn your face to it. Whisper, I see you. And let it fill your sails. That's how you make it through alive, unclaimed, and still dangerous. That was pretty deep, so I know. Let that all land and sit with it for a while. Maybe come back and watch this video again. And by the way, if you're not following me, you might want to consider it. In order for me to bring you this information and all of this wisdom and continue doing that, I have to grow this channel. So you can help by leaving a comment, by sharing. That's very important. Share this video, get the message out. Now let's get into what it's all about here on my channel. It's the ritual of it all. And today I'm going to talk to you about a water ritual. This is field manual magic. Back in the 1960s and 70s, people tried to wake themselves up with Zen, EST, transcendental meditation, call it what you want. They were groping toward actualization, learning to witness the mind instead of drowning in it. That movement left us one gold coin, know thyself. And honey, Socrates wasn't the only one who grabbed onto that phrase. He just said it loud. Aristotle took it and mansplained it into philosophy. But we're not doing gods or goddesses here. We're doing forces, the real spiritual hydraulics that move through this plane. Some are bright, some are dark. They don't love or hate you. They respond to position. So position yourself right. Now let's get into this ritual that I'm going to share with you. It's a water ritual. You'll need nothing fancy, just a clear glass, 8 ounces of clean water, and 30 days of stubborn discipline. Step 1, at night, set the code. Sit down, quiet everything, close your eyes, and look upward toward your third eye. Right here. That's the ignition key. Jose Silva figured this out, that upward gaze flips the brain into alpha waves, the doorway between thought and creation. So just with the glass in your hand, speak a command, not a list, not a diatribe, not a wish, just a declaration in the present tense, as if it's already breathing in you. Here's an example. I am sovereign, courageous, healthy, fulfilled, content, and abundantly resourced. My partner in life stands beside me. Together we create with ease and grace. Whisper it once, drink half the glass slowly while holding that image in your mind and keeping your eyes closed and pointed upward towards your third eye. When you're done, cover what's left, set it by your bed, then speak the same line aloud again and go to sleep. In the morning, seal the frequency. Before you touch a phone, uncover the glass, say, I remember who I am and I live this truth today, and drink the rest of the water. Same thing, eyes pointed up to your third eye, closed. Now feel it become part of your blood as you drink that water. That's water literacy, matter reading language. Repeat that for 30 days. Same words, same time, no shortcuts. Consistency is the spell. The water ritual is about claiming your sovereignty. Come back and let me know how things have changed for you in 30 days. Because when everything outside is noise, water's the one element that still listens. Remember, the air outside may belong to the hive, but the water inside still answers to you. So drink up, sailor. The storm's long, but you're already meaner and smarter than it is. That's it. That's all I've got for you today. Bye now.